What if I told you that planets, like living beings, can die? That these celestial bodies, which seem eternal and unchanging, are in fact mortal. Picture Earth not as a vibrant, life-filled orb, but as a cold, barren rock drifting through the void. It's a haunting thought, isn't it? Yet, this isn't just a hypothetical idea. Science tells us that planets, even those like ours, face existential threats. And in the end, nothing lasts forever. The Earth we know, a cradle of life, is a survivor. It has endured catastrophic extinctions, meteor impacts, climate shifts, and more. But what if the next disaster isn't one life can rebound from? What if Earth itself is what disappears, leaving behind only a faint echo of its existence? This isn't just a story about planetary death, it's about us and what it means to live on a fragile world. It forces us to confront an uneasy question. If Earth is doomed, does anything we create, build, or leave behind truly matter? It's not just a question of science, but of human purpose. Under the calm surface of life on Earth, a silent clock ticks. Galaxies, stars, and even planets operate within a fragile balanced sand. Earth is no exception. Its forests, oceans, and ecosystems exist thanks to specific, precarious conditions. But when those conditions shift, the consequences can be devastating. Science and scripture alike remind us of this impermanence. The heavens will vanish like smoke. The earth will wear out like a garment. Isaiah 51, Banding 6. Nothing in the universe is eternal, and planetary death is not a philosophical idea, it's a scientific certainty. Take Mars, for example. Once, it might have looked a lot like Earth, with rivers and a vibrant atmosphere. But as its magnetic field died, solar winds stripped away the atmosphere, leaving it a desolate, frozen wasteland. Earth, too, could one day face a similar fate. The mechanisms behind planetary death vary, but they share one common theme. They are largely out of our control. Consider the following scenarios. Asteroids. 66 million years ago, a single asteroid impact ended the reign of the dinosaurs. Earth's history is full of such near misses with cosmic bodies capable of extinction. Supervolcanoes. Massive eruptions can spew gases and ash into the atmosphere, blocking the sun and triggering an ice age or ecosystem collapse. Magnetic field collapse. Earth's magnetic field shields us from deadly cosmic radiation. If it fails, similar to what happened on Mars, we could face unfiltered exposure to solar winds. Humanity's greatest advancements, our technology, resilience, and ingenuity, offer little comfort when faced with cosmic forces. Planetary death, in many cases, is something humanity would be powerless to stop. From the perspective of the universe, our planet is just one small speck in a vast, indifferent expanse. If Earth were to vanish tomorrow, the cosmos would continue uninterrupted. Stars would burn, galaxies would spin, and infinity would remain unchanged. This cosmic indifference is both awe-inspiring and deeply humbling. It forces us to confront the uncomfortable truth that our species, cultures, and achievements may one day vanish without a trace. And yet, it's not just the loss of Earth that evokes fear, it's the silence left behind. When planets die, they don't simply disappear, they leave behind stark remnants of what once was. Imagine walking through a city abandoned for centuries, its walls crumbling and its streets echoing with vanished lives. Now scale that up to a planetary level. What happens to Earth's landscapes when life is gone? What becomes of the oceans, skies, and forests? A dead planet is not only lifeless, it is static. The cycles of seasons, tectonic shifts, and the rising and setting of the sun cease. For creatures of growth and change like us, the idea of a planet frozen in time resonates with our deepest existential fears. Earth has overcome immense challenges in its history. During the Permian-Triassic extinction, the Great Dying, 90% of all marine species and 70% of land species were wiped out. Entire ecosystems collapsed in a chain reaction triggered by volcanic eruptions and atmospheric shifts. And yet, life rebounded, evolving into new forms, including the dinosaurs who themselves would later be undone by an asteroid dot. But today, we face a new kind of threat, one of our own making. Climate change, biodiversity loss, and rising sea levels show that humanity's actions have brought Earth to a precarious tipping point. Scientists warn that the sixth mass extinction is already underway. For the first time, Earth's devastation might be caused by its dominant species, not external forces. That said, there are far greater threats beyond our control. An asteroid larger than Mount Everest, a nearby gamma-ray burst, or the eventual expansion of the Sun into a red giant could render Earth uninhabitable. The universe operates on its own terms, indifferent to humanity's ambitions. But perhaps the most terrifying aspect of planetary death isn't the destruction itself, it's what follows. A lifeless Earth, forever silent, leaves behind haunting questions about what might endure. Does anything of significance remain? Humanity fears the loss of its legacy. We write books, build monuments, and send records like the Voyager golden record into space, hoping that something of us might outlast our planet's demise. But in the vast timeline of the universe, even these echoes are easily lost, fading into the background noise of eternity. And yet, in the face of this inevitability, we persist. We dream of surviving Earth's death by colonizing other planets, or creating sustainable habitats in space. But is this ambition born from hope or desperation? When we marvel at the stars, we can't help but wonder, is Earth one of a kind? Despite the discovery of thousands of exoplanets, none have been proven to replicate the perfect conditions of Earth. If Earth is truly irreplaceably a singular gem in an otherwise barren cosmos, its loss takes on even greater significance. For centuries, religion and culture have viewed Earth as sacred. The Bible calls it the Lord's, and everything in it. Psalm 24:1. To imagine Earth's destruction not only hurts rationally, but also spiritually, as it feels like the rupture of something divine. The inevitability of planetary death is sobering, but it also forces us to ask, what can we do with the time we have? Earth's fragility is a call to action, inspiring humanity to fight for its preservation. Hope isn't just wishful thinking, it's an active pursuit. Restoration projects, conservation efforts, and clean energy solutions have already shown humanity's ability to reshape its trajectory. These efforts prove that, while planetary extinction feels inevitable, it's not yet unavoidable. At the same time, we must confront what it would mean to leave Earth behind. Colonizing other planets, like Mars, is a bold aspiration, but it comes with its own set of fears. What if humanity repeats the mistakes that brought Earth to its breaking point? What if, after all our efforts, there's nowhere else like home? Even as we prepare for the possibility of planetary extinction, we yearn for immortality. Through art, stories, and science, we leave traces of ourselves in the hope that something of us might endure. The potential for panspermia, the seeding of other worlds with Earth's elements, offers a distant but tantalizing hope that even if Earth dies, its legacy might live on elsewhere, yet the fear remains. What if there is no audience for that legacy? What if the universe, vast and indifferent, never notices Earth's existence or its end? Perhaps the ultimate lesson of planetary extinction isn't just about survival, it's about meaning. How do we make our time on Earth matter? How do we live fully, knowing everything we know will one day fade? The fear of planetary death is both a burden and a gift. It forces us to confront our vulnerabilities, but it also deepens our appreciation for life's fleeting beauty. History proves humanity's resilience in the face of challenges, from eradicating diseases to exploring space. The fear of losing our planet pushes us to innovate, create, and protect. Yet it also humbles us, reminding us that Earth is rare and precious, a sanctuary in an inhospitable cosmos. Earth's story will one day end, but how that story unfolds is still within our control. Will it be one of destruction and despair, or one of purpose and legacy? Even the Bible reminds us of impermanence. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under heaven. Ecclesiastes 3. Soon, the knowledge of Earth's finite nature compels us to cherish the present, protect its wonders, and dream of a future where its legacy endures. The fear of planetary extinction isn't just about loss, it's also about love for the home we've built, the ecosystems we depend on, and the life we've shared. As long as that love guides us, Earth's story will never truly fade. And so, the fear of planetary extinction becomes a powerful teacher, urging us to care, to act, and to find meaning in the impermanence of all things.